Hey everyone, welcome to another video, another coffee fueled adventure. We are in Staffordshire, which is kind of Midlands of the UK, and we're at a place which I want to say Shugborough, but it could be Shugborough, it should be Shugborough, I don't know, but we'll find out. Grab your coffees, let's go on an adventure. So I've just spoken to the lady and she said it's pronounced Shugborough or Shugborough, something like that anyway, so it's not quite as you think it was going to be said, but this is essentially a National Trust property in the Midlands, and it's managed by the National Trust, but it's got quite a bit of history here which I'm looking forward to. And one of the things I spotted was you can have a look around the Lichfield Apartments, and the Lichfield Apartments relate to Lord Lichfield or Patrick Lichfield, and if anybody about photography, you'll know that he was quite a renowned photographer, did a lot of portraits of the royal family and that kind of stuff. So yeah, looking forward to that. But at the moment we're here in the kitchen garden, nice walled garden, and then just in front of me here now we can see the original gardener's house. But it's quite fascinating because this, you can see here, there used to be probably a glass house on the front of this, and even looking down this wall here I can see at the far end where maybe there was some of those lean-to glass houses on the front of this, and then obviously that overlooks the main gardens. There's actually two walled gardens here. The second part isn't used that much, and the main house is a little bit further down, so I think we're going to go off and explore that. So here's a really nice map and guide of the estate, which is handy because we've parked down here. We're currently here at the moment. We're going to follow this track down past the mill pond, so we're going to see some cool buildings on there, and then evidently it then finds its way down all the way up there, and that's where the house is. So it's about a 15-minute walk to the house, but there's lots of other things in the parkland as well, and supposedly some formal gardens at the top. So let's go on that adventure. So this is the octagonal tower originally, which stood on an island in the middle of a lake and was reached by two ornamental bridges. It was actually built in 1765 and then repurposed in the 19th century as a dairy. So this is the Tower of the Winds. So this bit looks like it's a staircase. Would have both gone down and up. Unfortunately we can't access the upper bit at the moment, but there's at least two more floors on a roof. So here's the main mansion house, and this was established by the Anson brothers, who, like many of their time, were just all about wealth, showing off, and gosh, didn't they do it well. This place is quite showy compared to some other houses. If we look over to our left as well, you can see that the grandeur goes on with the stables by the looks of it. Amazing architecture. when you compare this to other buildings of its stature, you can tell lots of money has been spent on it just by things like the decor on the roof, this room, the previous dining room. A lot of money and wealth spent on this kind of stuff, showing off. So what's fascinating about this room is there used to be a door just there, and that goes into the dining room we were previously in, and in there's a painting which has actually been painted a second half to it because there used to be a door and they've covered over the door with a painting. So this is a Chinese garden seat, and what's fascinating about that is you see it's got holes in it because they would have put potpourri in there, and the idea is the potpourri would massively smell coming from the person sitting on the seat at different time. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, where in the world shall we go? This is my kind of room. So I think I've decided, let me know down in the comments what you say, but I think we need a room like this in the house, and we need a map room in the house, and obviously somewhere to drink coffee. Such an awesome room, but the question is, how do you find your way out of it? And here's the answer. So, this is the private apartments, or was the private apartments of Lord Lichfield, Patrick Lichfield, photographer, probably famous for photographing Charles and Diane's wedding. But there is a sign here as well that says no photography because of some of the images are copyright, etc. So, yeah, if you want to see this, you're going to have to head down here yourself. I'm going to switch the camera off and we'll see you back outside. Yeah, so that was really cool actually. So if you're into photography and you know Patrick Lichfield, then yeah, well worth a visit just for that. Spent quite a lot of time in there looking around his private apartments, his bedrooms, his bathrooms, dining rooms, lounges as it was back in the 70s. So it's really cool that they've kept that and restored it. Evidently he had his apartments here till 2005 when he died. His son had it for another 5 years and then he gave it up because he just wasn't using it. He had it as a holiday home. So now it's being looked after by the National Trust with the rest of this place. There's all the family silver kept in the safe. There you go, that's when Britain made cars. Rover 75 from 1955. 2.1 6 cylinders. So the question is, which one's right? Jam and cream or cream and jam? Let me know in the comments. Right, I think it's time to go and explore the formal gardens attached to this house. As we can see, we've got the house on the left hand side of us here, and we caught a glimpse of it inside. But yeah, this is much more formal gardens, recreated. It's supposed to be a really nice view of the house from this side as well. And we start seeing coming into view. So we've got the main house over there, we have the servants' quarters over there, Lichfield's Apartments are just the other side of this one. And lots of topiary hedges. I must admit, I do like the look of this one. The shape of the house it's just so much nicer than a lot of other properties. The bits sticking out and little circular bits and round turrets and yeah, little verandas. Something quite special. With a very drained fountain. Just the one swan. Comment if you know that reference. Onto the boating lake. By the looks of it, it is 3:05. It's interesting seeing these paintings. This is from 1749 to 18, and we can see the house, we can see the ruin, but it shows actually in the old arboretum across the way there was another ruin. So I definitely put that as one of the probably one of the better houses that National Trust manage. I think it's got a lot of history there in its own right. Then it's got more modern history with Patrick Lichfield, the famous photographer, which is obviously an interest of mine. Seems to have everything, and there's an estate here which you could probably walk for miles on. There's a lot of things that we haven't discovered that we could, but just running out of time. So to me, that's a good thing, because a lot of National Trust properties, you might spend 2 hours there, you pay all that money to get in, and here you just spend the whole day here. So yeah, definitely one of the top 10 probably National Trust properties I've visited so far here in the UK. Let me know what your thoughts are. Did you enjoy the video? What were your favourite bits? What were your favourite parts? Let me know down in the comments. And you know, is there a better one than this? Anyone who's here in the UK, maybe visited a lot of the properties, let me know what your thoughts are. Are there a better National Trust property that I need to go and visit? Let me know down in the comments, and we'll go and do that. So yeah, anyway, I think it's time to head back. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a good old thumbs up, that really helps. And yeah, if you're not already, maybe subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care guys, bye bye.